Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back in this thing. Another week, another episode. We're going on episode 5, man. $1,000 family. It's your host. It's your boy Rashard Davis. I appreciate y'all tapping in again. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man, especially on the social sites. You know what I'm saying? Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, the likes, comments, subscribes on on YouTube a little bit, man. We got to get y'all over there a little bit more, man. Y'all been a little low on the YouTube tip, you feel me? But hey, it's okay. It's okay. We just starting off, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give y'all a little what's it called? Acclamation.
Look, get out your feelings. Go and grind. Cash out for your winnings. Time to get it. Pray to God and then it's time to get it. Time you spending. You can't get back all that time you spending on your ass. Get up, motivate the youth and gon' dig get your stash. Why you waiting? The world is open arms. The hug is for the taking, no debating. And he made you different. No time for the basics. Lace the kicks. I threw on a fit and said that I'ma make it. Ain't no pills. Yeah, I'm from the hood, but I decode the matrix. Millions.
Just like any other week, any other time, man. I'm just really trying to, bring people on, share my journey, you know what I'm saying? Get them on here sharing their journeys, just tapping into their memory bank, see where they've been, and just see the different things that, you know what I'm saying, they went through on their path, just going on their time, just trying to get to wherever they, has gotten to or still working to get there. And, you know what I'm saying, just the things that they had to endure, the things they had to persevere through, and just the consistency that they had to put in, time out, day in and day out, just perfecting their craft, working on different techniques, different things to critique, listening to criticism, and not really taking it like a personal jab for real, but really just what I'm saying, just trying to take it. Obviously, you ain't got to take everything for what it is, and obviously it depends on who it's coming from at the same time too. Um, but just taking little things here and there from different people that you can apply to your game, apply to your life, just to elevate it, make it better, and ultimately, you know what I'm saying, continue to go, continue to grow, continue to elevate. Man, I'm really mad at myself, man, because I had a dope episode for y'all. You feel me? I had my boy Joe Reed back on. We was just chopping it up this time, just talking about just different random facts and just what I'm saying, going down a rabbit hole, just be chopping it. In a sense, it's not random because it's all about, what I'm saying, different things that either we seen throughout our journey or then went through, and that we see out here today, and just, trying to just give our opinions on it, trying to give our little 2 cents on it and just give it to y'all for real, for real. Just it's all opinion based. That's all this is. Anyway, I had my boy Z on there. Um, Top dog from the Hidden Leaf. If y'all been rocking with me, you know what I'm saying. You seen the Hidden Leaf commercials. You seen the the topical that I be talking about on there promoting. That's personally, that's just what I like. You know what I'm saying. I like that topical. I can rub it on after practice, after a game. Like I said, rehab sessions is great too, man. Just to help the muscles. Your muscles get inflamed. You can be sore, lactic acid build up, but personally, my knowledge and my experience through using the topicals, it works out, man. It works out. You know what I'm saying? Check it out, try it out. But I will say, like, one thing that me and Joe was hitting on, and even Z, at a certain point of it was just, you feel me, finding the people like in your life or just in your circle or that you've met along the way and just holding on to them as far as, like I said, valuable pieces of information that they've given you along the way. Or just, that person in general, you know what I'm saying? Just keeping people in your life that will um elevate you, motivate you, inspire you on a daily, and not even on a daily, a weekly, monthly, annually, whatever, but just having those people in your corner that you can turn to, that you can seek advice from, that you can just learn from and just really be inspired from. Like, you always hear the saying, it takes a village to raise kids and to, what I'm saying, grow the future and make a better place. It's a lot going on these days, and the youth obviously the only ones that's going, what I'm saying, come up and make it a better place than what it already is. So, the only way we can ensure that is to obviously, pour into them. But to be able to pour into them, we need either for ourselves to be good enough to pour into them, or you feel me, have those people in your life to pour into you. and you gain that knowledge, and then being able to pour into them, um, and just help them overall. Ultimately that's the goal. Help each other grow and build, and really just try to take it there. Um, and then another thing, like I was just speaking on with the topicals, like I said, Z is one of the owners of Hidden Leaf, which is a cannabis business. Um, but I feel like personally, we got to talking about it yesterday. It's a I don't know what it is. It's an outlook on cannabis, man. That just I don't know where it comes from. The media, just the past of the outlook on the whole thing. It's a negative connotation around the whole industry as a whole, though. Just the outlook on it, and um, personally, like I said, like I've had nothing but good experiences with it. Just allowing it to heal me, and because there's a lot of healing benefits in it. And I don't, what I'm saying, I don't take nothing from nobody, but personally, alcohol, from what I've heard and just personal experience, like I said, it kind of hurts you in a way. Like, it hurts your body. It's not good for you. Where on the flip side, the cannabis, what I'm saying, has healing properties. But either way, what I'm saying, you can douse in it, you can indulge in it. If you're of age, of course. But what I'm saying, just being able to be wise with it, be smart with it, understanding you, knowing that you're different than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta understand what's good for you, what's not good for you, what's slowing you down, what's hurting you, or what's helping you at the same time. And the reason I say that and to go off of that point is because when I got to the NFL, right, you hear about, what I'm saying, obviously, drug test, and yes, that is true. And obviously, I think it's a good thing, especially PD, steroids, things like that, performing enhancing drugs. That's what PED stand for. If y'all don't know, performing enhancing drugs that just elevate and help you play better, play faster, be stronger. Y'all know what steroids are. But what I learned was that, man, a lot of football players, and I mean, they cut the whole test out in the NBA, man. A lot of athletes, I would say, are big cannabis users. And not, like I said, not just to be out there willy nilly, not being smart with it, not just, messing around with it, but being able to use it in a way that it's beneficial for you and your body, just making sure that you good muscle wise, making sure that you good mentally, and spiritually at the same time. You know what I'm saying? People use it for different things. So just as far as knocking and judging people, man, I try to stay away from that. For one, just because I know me, and I know the different things that I may, I may have done in the past, or just like do differently than other people, and just from that perspective, obviously people see you from afar or just from the outside without knowing you or understanding or just getting the explanation as to why or whatever the reason may be. Um, People are, quick to judge by the cover, and that's just something that you hear a lot, especially growing up in school and stuff. Like you can't always judge a book by its cover because once you peel that cover back, what I'm saying, really get into the pages and the meat and the potatoes or the whole thing, like you start realizing like, okay, now I see why, or now I see what this is, or maybe, what I'm saying, maybe I should try that. Like maybe I should, what I'm saying, implement that into my game, into my daily routine or whatever, just to help myself out. So just be open minded, I feel like, is what I'm really trying to get at. Just be open minded when being out here in the world. Try to just, as far as judgment and things go like that, man, just try to, like I said, I don't want to tell you what to do, but just try to keep a positive mindset and like just an outlook on the whole thing. As far as, yeah, going through life, man, I feel like I feel like personally it helps me just trying to stay as positive as possible. We're all human, what I'm saying. Things gonna happen, whatever the case may be. But yeah, man, going into it, man, 1,000 hours, right? This was not supposed to be a solo episode. Like I said, I had Joe Reed and Xander coming on talking some good stuff, man. But all in all, this is what I really wanted this episode to be. Was just like an update, a recap. Chopping it up with y'all. I want to share some more of my journey, obviously, and just get a little bit into more of what I've been through and the different things that I've seen and went through along my journey. Um, but before we get into that, right, I had this Q&A for y'all, man. Y'all ain't really tap into it like I expected or like I wanted y'all to. I'll say, really just let the questions fly. and just get my gears churning just so I can, you know what I'm saying, pop some information out to y'all that you may need today or tomorrow or that you needed last week or you may need next week. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the Q&A is for, basically. Just for y'all to get to know me more. Um, Honestly, me get to know y'all more too, cause you know what I'm saying. I know obviously I go through the likes and the comments and stuff, and I know people that's on there under the pictures, but I don't know everybody that's under the post, that's liking the post, commenting, or whatever the case may be. So you feel me? This is just a way for me to be able to engage with y'all more. I want the show to be interactive, right? I don't want to come on here preaching and just talking off the top of my head, just what I'm saying, going through my journey or speaking on whatever and it just be left field for y'all or what I'm saying, you can't relate to it at all. So that's all the Q&A is for. But because we didn't have a Q&A this week, I seen this post that said, and I sent it to myself. Hold on, let me go back to the joint real quick because I sent it to myself because I wanted to get on here. But I know how Instagram is. Soon as you leave that page, you get the dang on forgetting where it was at, who sent it, or whatever. So I just went ahead and sent it to myself from my other page just so I can have it right here, just so I can get it to y'all. All right, I seen this post. I don't even know, dude. But it say, by age 35, you should be smart enough to realize this. All right, so I'm just going through the drama. I'm just go through the points and just obviously get my opinion on them. And yeah, see where they go, man. I think, let me see how many points we got all together. We got, I'm going to say 14 because I'm going to take one of these out. I ain't even gonna talk on that one. That's crazy. All right, 1. Someone makes 10 times more than you do in a 9 to 5 because they have more leverage with their work. Personally, I think that's true. I think that's true, right? Because I feel like just going through life. Obviously, we have no blueprint in life, right? So it's like you gotta live. You gotta learn as you're living. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna learn through your mistakes. You're gonna learn through your successes and failures at the same time. So you know what I'm saying? There's no blueprint to it. But at the same time, like I said, keep them people around you in your life and you know what I'm saying, just in your circle and your network so that way, even if they've been through it, if you haven't been through it yet, boom, you can learn from them or you can ask questions to them. You know what I'm saying? So for the first question, right, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, just going through my experience, just seeing, because I'm trying to think. I have not really. I've been through maybe one traditional 9 to 5. I had a couple restaurant jobs, so that's not really 9 to 5. That's just, a couple hours making your tips, being on your feet, working the different hours. But like true 9 to 5, coming out of high school, summer going into college, I had a 9 to 5, which was smooth. Like it wasn't that bad. Obviously, you ain't really been in the workforce that long at the time I was at, just coming out of high school. But since then, just going through college and then, being out of college, going through the pros, just seeing, all right, boom, this person is committing their time to this organization from 9 to 5 daily, or this person over here is putting this time into their craft, to their trade or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They making smart investments. They doing this. They networking. They trying to find people that can help them with their ventures or whatever. And whereas in that sense, whereas you're trying to be an entrepreneur, you're trying to go get it on your own, I feel like up front, it's a lot more time. You may, what I'm saying, dish out a lot more money initially. But I feel like overall, all in all, with that 9 to 5, I feel like you're committing a lot of your time that you could be working on your own stuff. Because everybody got dreams. Everybody have aspirations, man. No matter what somebody tells you, in some type of capacity at some point in their life, no matter, what I'm saying, where they at in this point, where circumstances have maybe, what I'm saying, driven them to. But at some point, they've had dreams, they've had aspirations to do something. So personally, I feel like that 9 to 5 per se kind of just it drains you of your own path, and you putting all this time and what I'm saying, working to somebody else's company, making them billions of dollars, and you only seeing this little bit. And I ain't gonna lie, some 9 to 5s, you can bring in a great salary, but just think about, all right, if I'm bringing in this salary, what is the person above me bringing in? You know what I'm saying? Like the company itself that I'm working for, the one whoever owns this company, what are they really bringing in? If I'm making 100K a year, you feel what I'm saying? Like you really gotta think about that. And I know that's easier said than done, obviously, because it's just it's the system. It's the way America's set up. Like 9 to 5 is there for you. Granted, a lot of great jobs these days are hard to come by. And you may need that college degree or whatever to get those. But I feel like obviously the way the system is set up, it's funneling you into that. But if you can just escape that somehow, some way, or just put time aside to yourself each and every day, just being consistent and dedicated to that time, just to grow your own thing while you're still in that 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? That'll help too, just to get you out of that system and out of that continuous cycle. Um, I'm gonna skip two. Two is crazy. I'm gonna go to number three though, which is two because I said 14. But so the next one is you shouldn't take advice from people who are not where you want to be in life. And I can't swear by that no more, man, because it's gonna be, especially as an entrepreneur. And I've already, I'm only 5 episodes into the podcast, and I've already had people from different sides, different corners, man. People I ain't even talked to in a little minute or heard from in a little minute, but just want to give their input and give their opinion. But it's like at the same time, I go back to, taking things from people in a grain of salt. People could have great advice. They can have, great things to say, but as far as taking it in as an overall, when they aren't in the same field as you or on the same path as you, trying to, do what you're trying to do. Like now we can be in different fields, but on the same path to, you feel me, this destination success, trying to gain wherever or get to wherever. So you could be in a different field, but just taking advice from somebody that is in the same space, in the same place that you left them in years ago or whenever. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to take advice from somebody that's literally not doing what you're doing in any type of capacity, and then trying to tell you what you should do. It's like, bro, where you getting your research from? Like, where are you getting this knowledge from, this information from? Like, that's what I'm more curious about at the end of the day. Let's go on to number 4, man. No one is coming to save your problems. Your life is 100% your responsibility. And I feel like that's a big thing in these days too, because you hear a lot of people like, okay, da da da, I'm sorry, like I get this from my parents, or I get this from da da da. If you a certain age and you consider yourself an adult, you consider yourself, obviously we all got our genes from our parents. You know what I'm saying? We pick up traits and behaviors and stuff from our parents or the people that's in our circle. Um, but you got to get to a certain point, man, where you got to realize, like, all right, I'm out here doing what I'm doing. I'm a like, if it's something I shouldn't be doing, if I get caught up or whatever the case may be in those circumstances or that situation, the responsibility is on me. And that's on the flip side too. Even if you try to be successful in something, like, you know what I'm saying, you invest and you putting your money in this, you whatever, you putting your time, your energy into this certain thing, this certain field or whatever you trying to work towards or achieve, that responsibility is on you. Like in college, right? As a college football player, you know what I'm saying, you got study hall. It's a structured block. When you, especially in that first and second year, you got a structured block of study hall. Maybe in your third year too, but you got that structured block of study hall. They block out. You got to be there. Attendance. Da da da. You got meals. You got to be there. Attendance. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna get in trouble if you don't attend those things. But as you get older, you a senior in college. You get out of college. Now we're going into professional workforce. We're adults now. We're on our own. You don't have those people that's gonna clock you. You don't have those people that's gonna set those alarms for you. Get you out of the bed. You know what I'm saying? Get you here. Get this paperwork signed in or turned in on your own, man. You gotta, at some point, like, in order for you to take your life or wherever you want to the next level, you gotta start being on your own. You know what I'm saying? And that's not saying cutting everybody out. That's not saying cutting anybody off, for real, that you don't want to cut off, but just understanding that my life is not someone else's responsibility. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still got my parents, my mom, my dad. Shout out to them, of course, for everything they've done. But at this point, I'm 28. You know what I'm saying? I got a wife. I got 2 kids. Like, that's my responsibility. The kids are our responsibility. The crib that we in is our responsibility. Our cars. You feel what I'm saying? Like, trying to get up every day, me trying to work this podcast, trying to grow it as big as I can grow it. Like, that's no one else's responsibility except mine. This episode of the 1,000 Hours Podcast is brought to you by The Hidden Leaf, your one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs. Now, personally, an athlete like me, you know what I'm saying, after a hard game, after a hard practice session, I like to go and grab some of that cooling relief, man. A little CBD oil topical that you can rub on your muscles, on your joints after, you know what I'm saying? Go and get yourself right, man. Now, listen, if you a hot boy or a hot girl, hey, they got the warm relief for y'all too, man. Personally, I just like the cooling relief, you know what I'm saying? Cool your muscles down after a hard, hot day. But that's me. Like I said, man, all your cannabis needs, go check them out, man. Go grab that topical, man. Put it on your muscles. Take care of your body. It's the only one you got. Hey, man, head down to the Hidden Leaf or check them out at the Hidden Leaf CV on Instagram. Go and get what you need, man. We out. The next joint is you don't need 100 self-help books. All you need is action and self-discipline. And that's going into this next. What I just said is literally following to this next question right here, because just like with this podcast, right? Like, it took me a year and a half, right, to try to get this thing going. I'm trying to learn this. I'm trying to watch all these YouTube videos. I'm trying to tap in with my bros that has already started the venture. Like, hey, can I, you feel me, sit in? Can I check out? Can I talk? And which, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that's not good, because obviously college and school is there for a reason, you know, so for you to go in there and learn and try to, you know, get what you can get out of that first, and then go ahead and apply it to what you need to apply it to. But what I will say is that the only way I was gonna start this podcast is if I went ahead and started it, right? Me sitting there just taking time to learn and do all this other stuff. Like, yes, I will learn, but if I could just start this podcast today, when did I start it? I don't know what the first episode was, but I started it that day, right? I can learn, and mind you, I've had people preaching this to me, you know what I'm saying, before I started this, but I can say it now because I started it. But I can learn and go through the trials and tribulations as I'm, you know what I'm saying, starting a podcast, right? I can grow my following. I can still give y'all gems and different things like that, bring people on to help y'all out or whatever the case may be. And I keep saying help y'all out like y'all need help. I ain't saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to bring people on here to, like I said, help, inspire, and motivate. But I can bring people on here to do that and still grow at the same time. That's just what the journey I'm on right now with this podcast and with this rehab and all this other type of stuff. Like, yes, YouTube is there. YouTube is the greatest tool on earth. TikTok, one of the things too, because you got a lot of people in there that can give you 6 months of classes in a 90-second video. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a lot of ways these days that we got advantage on it, but just go ahead and start that, man. Go ahead and do what you're trying to do, and go ahead and implement it into your life. Whatever it is, whatever you're trying to start up, whatever you want to do, go ahead and just start it and learn as you're doing it. Learn as you're doing it. That's the best way to do it. The next one, unless you went to college to learn a specific skill, example, doctor, engineer, lawyer, you can make more money in the next 90 days just learning sales. Now, I don't know. I don't know. I ain't never been in sales. I'm not a doctor. I'm not an engineer, lawyer, none of that. What I will say is I got friends in sales though. I do have friends in sales. One of my good friends actually. He's actually up with the Sixers. No, the Wizards. Let me not get the line. He with the Wizards. And, you know, from my knowledge, talking to him, I don't know if you can make more money in the next 90 days just learning sales. Now, maybe this person is talking about a specific type of sales job. I don't know. But I'm going to go ahead and leave that alone because that ain't for me. Hey, if you know a little bit more than me about that, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know something. Maybe it's something I'm missing. You know what I'm saying? So let me know. Next one. No one cares about you, so stop being shy. Go out and create your chances. Same. Everyone in this world, man, everyone, because it was at a point too where I was like, man, I can't do this, I can't do that. People gonna look at me like a certain way. People always, you know what I'm saying, they speculating, they got a close eye on you, bro. At the end of the day, I mean, people might got opinions, people might care and certain, but everyone has their own problems. You know what I'm saying? Everyone has their own insecurities, their own anxieties that they're working through, their own complexes, whatever. Right? So stop thinking that you're under this red eyeglass and you got this circle, you know what I'm saying, painted around your feet where it's like everywhere you go, you got an eye on you, spot like go out and be yourself, man. Go out and do what you want to do, man. We only get one life. You gotta fulfill it. You gotta take a hold of it, man. Cause like time management, right? This is one thing me and Joe was talking about too. Time management is key. I am not the best at time management. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, get my time together because if not, time gonna fly on you. It's gonna fly past you, man. And especially in this season of my life, I got a lot of things on my plate from this podcast that I'm trying to grow. My Achilles rehab. I'm still working out, you feel me, with my trainers to get my body and stuff right. Just finding that time in there. You know what I'm saying? I'm coaching over at Stab, helping the kids out, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to pour into them at the same time and make sure I'm giving all my energy in the same space. And then, you know what I'm saying, I got two kids of my own, got a wife of my own. So it's like you gotta find time and put time into all that. I don't even know how I got on this time management uh thing, but it's like, yeah, go out, create, man, create your own chances, man. People are out there that want to work with you in particular, but the only way, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be able to figure that out or find them people to work with is if you go out and do that and stop being shy. Ask questions, man. People are not as daunting as you may think or as you may feel just because they are who they are. So go out, ask questions, figure out what you got to do, man. And yeah, take it. Take it, man. Like I said, in my song Millions, life is open arms. Like, just take the hug, bro, and go. Run with whatever you're trying to do. You only got a certain amount of time in this life, and we don't know when that hourglass will run out, man. So, like Drake and Lil Wayne said, YOLO, bro. You only live life once. YOLO. Legit. YOLO. Go take that, bro. Let's go to the next one. If you find someone smarter than you, work with them. Don't compete. I live by this, bro. We go in the store. I'm asking questions. Why am I finna walk through the store blind trying to find one small item in a big department store when I can ask literally someone that's right beside me that works here, hey, y'all know where the light bulb's at? Like, I'm trying to be in and out, bro. I'm spending 45 minutes in the store looking for one light bulb. That goes right back into time management, bro. Like, you feel me? And that goes back to, having those people in your life too that you can always depend on or, count on for some type of way. You can go to them and ask questions. You don't have to feel pressure. You don't got to feel like, I'm bugging this person. Like, no, we cool. We on this relationship plane. We right here with it. We right here with it. And hit me up whenever, man. I'm an open book. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to pour into whoever. So, like I said, keep those people in your life and yeah, use them as a resource, man. Use them as a resource. And that's another thing too. Just we got these people in our lives, right? Personally, I have a lot of people in my life that are willing to help me, ready to, give me advice or whatever. But not all the time. I had this conversation with my cousin one day, like not all the time you're gonna have those people in your corner that with those resources of knowledge or tools or access to whatever. But we just gotta tap into those resources, man. We gotta tap into those resources, bro. We gotta tap into those resources because who cares if you got President Obama as your neighbor or as your best friend? You ain't hitting them up, getting gems. You know what I'm saying? Asking them questions, trying to further yourself or help yourself or just help your relationship or just chop it up about anything. You doing yourself a disservice, man. Let's go on to the next one. 9. Weed has zero benefit in your life. Blunts will only slow your thinking and lower your focus. And again, I feel like I gotta go back to the previous question of when I got to the NFL, right? Like cannabis is everywhere. It depends. I mean, people, you know what I'm saying, consume it in different ways in different capacities, but it's everywhere. And I feel like it goes back to you. You got to know you and you got to understand, like, okay, what will help me in this situation? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people got ADHD. A lot of people, like, you get in situations that you're prepared for, even though you're prepared for them, you know what I'm saying? You get these nerves, you get these anxieties, whatever that could just take you out your element, take you off your game, you know what I'm saying? Get you a little like personally me, I get into the games, man. I be overly hyped. Like overly, I'm too excited, like I'm too lit. I gotta calm myself down. You feel me? Just to not even really get into the game mindset, but just slow myself down just a little bit, just so I'm not out there self sabotaging myself on the field by, you feel me, missing my reads or doing whatever else that's gonna hinder my play. Because I'm just overly excited. I'm overly jittered, like, and I'm, you know what I'm saying. So I really think it's about how you look at it. It's about how you go about it. And just be smart in the whole thing. Be smart in the whole aspect. And that's whatever. You know what I'm saying. That's whatever we're in. Energy drinks. You know what I'm saying. They're terrible for you, but some people need them. Caffeine and coffee, they're terrible for your body, but people need them, right, to go and do their job and get stuff done and to really bring the content or whatever they're trying to bring out to the public, but to bring it out in a certain way that it's going to, deliver to y'all, right, be great content and, you know what I'm saying, appeal and attract your brain and hit your pupils the same way it hit theirs and their mind. So don't always just judge people, man, because you, like I said, you never know. The next one is comfort is the worst addiction and cheap ticket to depression. Mm, I mean, I'm not sure. I don't really know about the depression part of it as far as comfort, because comfort can be. I will say it is a worse addiction, right? Because you can be. I could have been chilling. I could have been chilling on the couch, right? I could have been chilling in the bed, and it goes back to being 100% responsible for your life and for your actions. It's just the fact that, like, if I'm busy, if I'm comfortable, right? If I'm comfortable at this 9 to 5 job, right? I'm making a good 6 figures. Um, I'm bringing in all the money I wanted, all the cash I wanted. I can go buy whatever. Um, then that's cool. That's cool if that's you. That's what makes you happy. That's what floats your boat. You know what I'm saying? Push your buttons. But at the same time, you can have somebody in that same 9 to 5 job making 6 figures. You know what I'm saying? They can go buy whatever they want. They can do whatever they want. But it's like you comfortable there. But that's not necessarily making you happy at the same time. Like, you making this money, you buying whatever, you going wherever, but it's not necessarily making you happy because, yes, like I said, you got a good job, you making 6 figures, but you're comfortable where you are. You're I wouldn't say scared, but you don't have the I don't know. I don't even know what word I'm looking for, but you don't got the drive to go. Yeah, there we go. Drive. You don't got the drive to go and make this next venture. You don't got the drive to go push this next thing onto yourself or onto the platform, onto your, you know what I'm saying, wherever, your daily life, just because you don't want to stretch yourself out too much. You don't want to lose your 2 minutes of comfortability. You don't want to lose this comfortable space that you're in, but at the same time, you're losing out on your happiness. You're losing out on different things that you're losing out on resources, man. You're losing out on maybe your calling. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that 9 to 5 is not your calling at the end of the day. Maybe you really been plotting, like something been heavy on your mental lately, and you really want to go dive into it. You really want to go give your all into it, but yet you're just so comfortable right here. And the reason I gave that example, as far as just, being comfortable laying on the couch, being at your mom crib, just broke, whatever, because that's not always the case. Yes, that's the easiest example to say, okay, get up off the couch. Like, you seen the commercial on the TV, man. Hey, what you doing? What you doing? Come on, man. Come on over. Get up off the couch. Get on your feet. Come on, apply. And we're gonna get this thing. Like, yes, that's the easiest example to talk about comfortability, but it's comfortability is a wide range. Um, I feel like in this life, and just part of people's lives that's affecting them in a way. But comfortability can also be good too at the same time, because if you're so busy working, so busy working, where you bringing all this bread and you seeing all this stuff, you doing all these things, you still gotta have that time to rest, man, and be comfortable in the space and with the things that you went out and accomplished, that you went out and you ran it up. So now you bought this nice crib, you bought this nice house. I mean, you bought this nice car, you bought these nice clothes. So still having that time to find that downtime and be comfortable within yourself, within your clothes, within your crib, man. Let's go to the next one. Don't tell people more than they need to know. Respect your privacy. And that can go either way, right? Because um I mean, I don't know. I feel like it depends on the person. I just feel like it depends on the person and what you want to do, right? Because like on this podcast, I don't really want to blindside. Like I do want to have some surprises, bring on surprise guests, do maybe giveaways or whatever the case may be. But so in that aspect, like telling y'all like, hey, boom, I'm gonna do this. I'm working on a docu series. I'm working on certain stuff like that are not coming out yet. Yes, those are private, but those are also things that I want to bring to y'all. But as far as like, don't tell people too much. I mean, I feel like that goes towards like, you see this a lot on Facebook. And even Instagram, you know what I'm saying? People get in relationships. Then you see now all the pictures off their profile. You know what I'm saying? People putting all their statuses up on Facebook, telling the whole world business. And then you mad because the whole world in your business. It's like, bruh. Like what you want, man? What you want? You can't give out half of your cake, but still want the whole cake. I don't understand it. We can't do that, right? So, hey, man, just yeah. So in a certain aspect, yes. Don't tell people everything, man. Learn how to keep some privacy, and you know what I'm saying. Keep some of the stuff that is really like deep and dear and maybe sensitive. Like keep that in your crib, man. Keep that between your people and only your people because that's not for the world to know. That's not for everybody to indulge in and give their 2 cents or their piece in there. Next one, avoid alcohol at all costs. Nothing worse than losing your senses and acting a fool. And I feel like that goes back to what I said about the cannabis and the alcohol, man. It's different for different people, right? You got people that are, and I'm not telling nobody to go do this, but you got people that are fully functioning alcoholics and they are very successful in their life, right? That's just what they went through when they're growing up. That's part of their journey. Maybe I wouldn't say it's the best way to go about it, but who am I to judge? Like I said, everyone has their own insecurities, their own problems, their own things to go through. So, hey man, if that person is able to, you know what I'm saying, be 100% responsible about their actions. They're being smart. They're still delivering on everything. Like, hey man, who are you to judge? Like, let people live. Let people be people, man. It's too much judgment going around. So many opinions going around that are just negative. Negative in a way. I know, like, it's a thing. It's a saying, man. That you hear a lot of older people say, like, if you don't have nothing positive to say or good to say, just don't say nothing at all. But we as a world, we can't figure that out. The next one, train yourself to take nothing personal to save yourself from 99% of mental problems. I feel like you gotta take some stuff personal, right? Like if someone's telling you like, hey, like you should do this on this route, or maybe next time when you write this paper, how about try to do this, do that, do that. And I feel like it's saying take it personal as like a jab, like dang, like that's crazy. Like you really gonna do me like, but it's not even that. Like, I know sometimes people don't always deliver it the right way, or you know what I'm saying, it don't come out the right way, especially through text messages. Text messages can get misconstrued in so many different ways just because you can't always hear the body language or the tone that is being delivered to you as, but just knowing your people at the same time too, right? You got to know who it's coming from, when it's coming from them, like at what point in the day, at what point, like what did they just come through, like what did they just, you feel me, get done doing, like are they stressed out right now, are they frustrated right now, or it's just like, you know what I'm saying, this person is really just trying to give me some great advice, trying to give me some good tools to use to elevate myself, right? Because um players, right? I'll give this example. Players, right? Now that I'm a coach, and I've talked to different coaches about it too, and they would tell you this too. Like, if a coach is hard on you, if a coach is always on your head, always critiquing you every day, all right, you start hearing it a lot. It's like players be like, "Oh man, he don't like me. Oh man, he don't rock with me like that. He don't really think." Nah, that is not the truth, right? I mean, 89% of the time, especially in my experience, just being talked to, or you know what I'm saying, seeing coaches talk to other people, or just talking to coaches, seeing what's up. Like if a coach is talking to you, if a coach is hard on you, if a coach is really trying to um pour into you, they might not always have the best way to do it, right? They may not always know the best way to come across, but if they're trying to give you bits and pieces of advice, different tools, resources to help you, man, just listen. Just listen. Step back for a second, right? And just try to understand what they're saying, not how it's coming off, not specific words, not whatever, but just try to hear them out, man, and hear them as a whole. Like, don't just take bits and pieces of what they say. Um, and I'm not saying like don't take bits and pieces and apply it to yourself, but don't just take bits and pieces out of that whole conversation and subject it to those bits and pieces. Like, oh, he said this, yeah, he said that, but he also said this leading up to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's about perspective. It's about the way you take it. It's about the way you go about it. The next one, keep your standards high and don't settle for something because it's available. That is true because availability is not always the best thing, right? Sometimes being patient will open that door for the right thing to come into your life, for your calling, for whatever the case may be. They say all money is not good money, right? And that goes into connections and relationships. Like, you can't just go out here and just, okay, boom, this person got a check from me. Ooh, look at them zeros on that check, my boy. But you feel me? You dealing with Joe Blow over here. Like, this man ain't got no type of good credibility behind him, right? He ain't got nobody in his corner that can vouch for him, right? He didn't had all these people that he didn't work with that he can show you their names, but you can't get on the phone and call none of them. I can't just hit him up and see, like, I gotta trust you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so keep your standards high, man. That I personally, I think that will keep a lot of people out of a lot of BS that they can prevent just by and I ain't gonna lie, this is something that I had to figure out too, and I'm still going through it to this point too. Is just like, cause that, like I said, when you get to, or when you're trying to do certain things or get to a certain point, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, you in a certain space, a certain field, people want to, get their 2 cents, get their opinions, but not all of it is great opinions, not all of it is good sense, not all of it is good money at the same time. So keep your standards high, man, so you ain't even gotta go through none of that, so you ain't even gotta deal with none of that, you know what I'm saying, and just yeah, yeah, keep your standards high, man. And the last one, the family you create is more important than the family you come from, right? And that's my wife, my 2 kids, right? Priority number one over, what I'm saying, anybody else. But at the same time, right, it's like you also got to realize, right, it takes a village. It takes a village to raise kids. Like I said earlier, it takes a village to raise kids, to make sure their future good, to make sure they're gonna, what I'm saying, get up there and make the world a better place. When it's their time to dictate, when it's their time to go into these spaces, maybe like the president, right? So really have somebody up there that come from a great home, that come from a great group of people, a community, a village that has poured into them, gave them all of these resources. Just try to better them off, and yeah, just try to, what I'm saying, push them, because obviously, right, when you're grown, it goes back to 100% responsibility. When you're grown, it's on you to make these decisions. It's on you to make these different calls about your life and actions. But if you come from a good place, if you had all these people pouring into you good, what I'm saying, good examples, and not all good, because bad examples and going through failures and lessons, all that stuff play a part as well, right? I seen something that said the most successful people go through a certain amount of trauma in their life, not enough trauma to where they're down and out, is weighing on them, they got all these anxieties and complexities that's, what I'm saying, hindering them, but just enough trauma to, okay, boom, I done went through this, I done made it through this, but you can't touch me. Like, you can't stop me. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you say. Y'all can cut me, but guess what? I'll be right back tomorrow. I'll be right back next week, right? Because it's God's plan. We getting back to God's plan, being patient in God's plan, knowing that if I stay optimistic, if I stay ready, if I keep going, if I keep pushing 1% at a time, we're gonna go ahead and take it all the way. And that's what it's gonna be. And that's gonna lead right into the next segment of my journey, man, and going to where I started, right? I ain't gonna take it all the way back. We're gonna get into that in the docu-series. But just starting in high school, we're gonna start it from 11th grade, right? I'm primed to go in there. Now we had just got a new head coach, right? Shout out Coach Sherry, man. I'm primed to, what I'm saying, I've been lighting it up all summer, right? Going crazy at the 7-on-7s. I'm playing quarterback at this point, right? So I just set it up 9th grade, 10th grade, more like an athlete. Excuse me, more like an athlete. I played quarterback, I played receiver, running back, whatever. But went to my 11th grade year, you know what I'm saying, first year on varsity. And the coach wanted me to play 10th grade year too. We had another coach. But my, what I'm saying, pops ultimately didn't want me to play that year. So I played 11th grade year, you know what I'm saying, varsity. Prime to be quarterback. I'm lighting it up all summer. You feel what I'm saying? I'm lighting it up, striking dots on the money, going crazy, going crazy. You feel me? Um, but like I said, we got a new coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? Not coaching staff, but head coach. Shout out Coach Sherry, and I shout out Coach Sherry, man, because ultimately in the end, you know what I'm saying, he really gave us a lot of discipline. In my last 2 years with him, he really, you know what I'm saying, showed us a lot that will help us more as, you know what I'm saying, men, not only as football players, and just, you know what I'm saying, something to help carry us on, you know what I'm saying, in life. And like I said, 11th grade year, right? I'm coming in prime to play QB. I'm dotting them up all summer. The beginning of the training camp start, right? We about to roll into the school year. uh his son had came over, right? Played quarterback. And like I said, I was primed to play QB. I was excited, man. Personally, I feel like if the doctor didn't, man, the doctor told me I was gonna be 6 foot when I was 11, not 11th grade, 11. Told me I was gonna be 6 foot. Boy, I wish I could find him today. That boy lied to me. He lied. Boy, you lied. Oh man. But nah, quarterback honestly is like one of the positions that, man, I'm real passionate about. I just love it. You get the ball in your hand right now. And yes, it takes a lot of focus. It takes a lot of, you know what I'm saying, smarts and brains to really understand the defense, be able to scan, pocket work, pocket presence, you know what I'm saying? You looking downfield, knowing that you got guys rush you at the same time. So it takes a lot. But personally, I feel like, man, I don't know. I don't know. I love quarterback, right? So if I was a little tall, I probably would have played. But um, I didn't have the best year that year. 11th grade year, I didn't have the best year at receiver. I didn't get as many targets, you know what I'm saying, as I thought. But ultimately, you know, looking back at it, man, I wasn't as developed as I needed to be in that moment, right? I wasn't as developed. So I could, you know, I could I could complain, I could do all this about I wasn't getting as many targets, you know what I'm saying? I should have got this, I should have got that. Ultimately, it wasn't my time, right? It wasn't my time to go and do what I felt like I could do in that moment, or you know what I'm saying, contribute the way I wanted to contribute. But it was really just another one of those things, man, just to be patient and just go through um to prepare you for the next time, bro, to prepare you for the next step. And we're going to get into how this prepared me for the next step in a little bit, right? So, going through 11th grade year, like I said, receiver, I didn't get as many targets, but I wasn't as developed as I should have been, right? I was skipping the weight room. I hated going to the weight room. Them boys being there lifting, getting right. I had 1,001 excuses, you feel what I'm saying, to not go into the weight room, because ultimately I didn't see the purpose in it at that time, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, right? Coaches, we got to understand, players, like, we got to understand, coaches may not know everything that they're talking about, right? They may not necessarily have been in all the positions, and, you know what I'm saying, whatever. But the coaches are there. I wouldn't say all of them, because I don't know how all of them are, or where they come from. But I feel like personally, a coach is put there to give you the best advantage to go and win on Fridays. And even more so, you know what I'm saying, just give you these tools, this discipline, and all these other factors and aspects that you can take once you leave them and go on to wherever else you go into life. Like, just be able to have that follow over and be able to use that to your advantage. And I'll say, you know, going into, like I said, so that wasn't my best year, but going into that off season, man, I ran track for the first time. Track was the best thing I could have ever ran. Like, just open up my stride length, learning how to run, learning how to really, you know what I'm saying, stretch, learning how to really use what God gave me to my advantage, right? And that's speed, and that's being able to change directions and make people miss, you know what I'm saying, and open space. And the only way I was gonna be able to achieve, you know what I'm saying, the highest point of that is really to be able to develop myself, right? So like I said, in that season I wasn't the most developed. I ran track that spring. Yeah, that winter and spring, because I started basketball, which I usually played. But that year just wasn't hitting for me. For some random reason, right? I've always been good at football, basketball, like in multiple other sports too. I played 1,100 sports, like, you feel me? But I was always good at football and basketball, and in some stages of my life, you feel me, basketball even more than football. But for some reason in that season, like, basketball, it just wasn't clicking for me. Like, I couldn't do the regular, I couldn't shoot right, lay up, like, I couldn't even throw a pass. boy, I'm throwing passes, hitting the scoreboard. You feel what I'm saying? And if you've been in the gym, you know what a scoreboard is. It ain't near the basket. The scoreboard at the top of the dang on wall up there, bro. Like, I'm crushing the backboard. I mean, the dang on scoreboard. But so that won't hit for me, right? But looking back at it now, you know what I'm saying? As I'm taking y'all through the scenario and I'm looking back on my life, right? That's God in that situation to prep me for track, to prep me for the next season, to prep me for later on in life. And, I say succumbing to that and just understanding, boom, that's not my place right now. Just realizing that it opened that door up for track, man. And track really helped me so much, man. And just if you heard that, I think me and Ball Hawk talked about it on our episode. Like I said, just learning how to run, man, and just learning how to use your body. And man, when I tell you I had so much fun, bro. I mean, we went up to track nationals that year. Was that? I'm trying to think. Was that the indoor or the outdoor season? That was the indoor season. We went up to track nationals that year in New York, man. Ran in the ring. Like that joint was fire. They had the DJ going crazy. Damn, I can't think of it. I can't think of the all girls team. I don't want to say Seton Hall, but it was an all girls team up there, bro. When I say the energy was through the roof, like they had their joint rocking, bro. They up there dancing and all type of stuff, bro. Like, and we from Charlottesville, right? You know what I'm saying? That was my first time being in New York, if I'm not mistaken. And that joint was just eye opening, bro. Just being around the city, you know what I'm saying? You experiencing the whole thing of track, man. That's when spray ground really was starting to pop on the scenes a little more. You know what I'm saying? We had the spray ground backpacks. Like if you've been there, you know what I'm talking about, bro. That's literally an experience that you really gotta be there and you know what I'm saying, first person experience to really understand what I'm talking about and understand all the emotions and stuff, man. That was dope, bro. And just being there, man. I had a little Philly cheesesteak from the food truck. The best joint I ever had, boy. God. And and I ain't even saying that lightly, bro, because y'all know I played in Philly, man. Hey, look, my Eagles don't come at me, bro. I promise you. But that food truck Philly cheesesteak, nah, I ain't gonna cap. It's a spot in Philly. Dang, I can't even think of the name right now, but it's a spot in Philly. The cheesecake go fire. I mean, the cheesesteaks go fire. Go crazy. I'm talking crazy right now. The cheesesteaks go crazy, but I don't even know how I got on this tangent, man. But going back to track, bro. That joint really opened the door for me that I would have never been, you know what I'm saying, open to if I didn't check it out and see what's up. Then I went into the springtime outdoor track, man, and that just helped even more. That next year of football, bro. That next year of football, and what I will say too, like even before getting to that next year, bro. Shout out my dog Chris Johnson again, bro. I shouted him out before on this joint, but shout out my dog Chris Johnson, man, cause right, it will be times in the summer where me and little cuz Chris, we at the crib chilling, right? We vibing out. We ain't got nothing going on that day. It's 1,000 degrees outside, so we definitely ain't stepping out there. We just on the crib. We in the crib chilling, playing game, watching TV, whatever you do. You know how high schoolers are, man. Especially these days, it's a lot more game playing than outside playing. But Chris Johnson was one of those guys, man, that you feel me. And mind you, he had no obligation to us. He like we not his, you know what I'm saying, his fam, like we fam now, just all you know what I'm saying. That's my big homie, that's my dog. Love his kids and him and his wife and their and all these people, like my own fam, but he didn't have no type of responsibility or obligation to come do what he did, man. But he would literally hit us up, yo, what up, see? Hey, I'm on the way to come get y'all right now. We finna go hit this field. God dang, bro. Cuz, like, who that? Bro, that's C. He finna come scoop us, bro. We in that joint. You feel me? Like, God dang, boy, why you even answer the phone, bro? Like, what you doing, bro? Like, why? Why? You feel what I'm saying? But, like, that's another thing, man. It goes back to, you feel me, having these people in your life, having these people in your corner. That's another thing, bro. Like, he did not have to do that. I'll repeat it again. He did not have to do that. But looking back at it, man, that set us up for so much more going into that senior year, bro. Like, just making sure that we was good, stretching wise, gear wise. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, my parents was always there, had me do everything, bro. But just like I said, you need a village, bro. CJ was one of those people from the village, bro, just making sure that we was cool, bro, and making sure that we was straight. Why? Because he's like I said, when coaches speak to you and they hard on you, they criticize you, it's because they see potential in you. They see greatness in you. And you know what I'm saying? He seen that in us, bro, and he took it upon himself, right? Our parents ain't asking, we ain't asking. Like he took it upon himself, man, just to make sure like we was cool, right? Cause he could see it in he could see what we didn't see in ourselves already. And he just wanted to make sure, you know what I'm saying, we brought that out and was really able to showcase that. Cause that's really when it matters. Everybody got something in them that's special, man. But if you can bring it out and showcase it when it matters, you know what I'm saying? That's what really makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? That's what really sets the tone, especially when it comes to certain events, gaming events, track events. Like you got to go out there and show up, man. Especially a game like football, a sport like football. I don't care how you look on paper. I don't care how you look in practice. I don't care about none of that. If you don't show up on game day, ready to play, ready to work, ready to compete against the other team, it's gonna get ugly for you. It's gonna get real ugly for you, man. And ain't nothing gonna come out of that but excuses. I should have did this. I should have did that. But it's like you had time to put the work in, and now your opportunity presented itself that you've been praying and asking for, and it's time to show up. You know what I'm saying? It's time to show up, and that will catapult us into my senior year, man. Going into my senior year, right? I'm the quarterback now. It's my team. You know what I'm saying? They gave me the keys early on. This yours, right? What you gonna do with it? And you know what I'm saying? I try to preach this to my guys now, bro. It's your senior year. Like, what you gonna do with it? Like, you can't sit there and rely on nobody else to, you know what I'm saying, pick you up. You can't rely on nobody else to get you going. You can't rely on nobody else to. It's 100% your responsibility at this point, right? We have given you the tools. We have brought you to the water fountain. It's up to you to drink it. It's up to you to, you feel me, press the button, get the water. I was gonna say swallow, but pause. All I could think of was Cameron and Mace podcast. Pause. Let me know, yeah. You feel what I'm saying? But it's all about you, man. And that senior year really was an eye opener. Not for myself, right? Because I've been working. I know the work I put in, but just for everybody else in the league and the colleges and everything else, man. I'm out there every week. I'm balling. Me and Cuz, like we had newspapers, and I ain't gonna lie, our team was stacked, bro. My last year, like we really should have did even better than what we did, and we still did some impressive stuff, bro. Going to the playoffs, we ain't been in the playoffs in 10 years. Beating teams we ain't beat in 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? Like we was really putting on shows out there, going crazy. But you feel me? I don't know how that would have looked if, you feel me, I would have kept playing basketball. If I ain't had somebody like a CJ in my life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just people in your corner, man, and just taking it upon yourself, like, boom, I'm gonna go out here and do what I say I'm gonna do. Like Stephon Diggs said, man, I'm gonna prove it to myself who I say I am, right? I say I'm this dude. I say I'm this big man, I'm this guy, I'm him. I gotta go prove that to myself before I try to prove it to anybody else. Cause if I'm out here trying to prove it to anybody else, I'm doing it for the wrong reasons in the first place. You know what I'm saying? But so I went out that year, bro, went crazy. Like we had scouts coming to look at other people from other teams that we was playing. I'm doing numbers. 6 touchdowns on my birthday. You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm going to work. 4 tubs on the team that we ain't beat in 10 years. Like 90 plus yard runs. Like you feel me? I'm putting in that work and I'm showing up when it's time to show up, man. And that ultimately got me to where I got to at the end of it, man. Like I be telling kids now, you know, they pressing. It's their senior year or their junior year where, you know, obviously in these days, like social media and recruiting and things like that are to a whole nother degree. 7-on-7, these camps, like a whole nother degree, man. But my senior year, bro, I didn't have no offers. I'm not even talking about walk on, nothing until literally that winter break, right? This is after football season. That winter break where you off of school, going into Christmas, going into New Year time. You gotta think about it, bro. Signing day, National Signing Day is what? January, February, right? So I'm way behind the ball. It's December. All right. But me being so naive in the whole process anyway, I'm not even pressing the issue. Like I'm not even stressed on it. I'm really just going through my daily routines and my, you know what I'm saying, my monthly annual routines, like always. Like boom, football season, know what? All right, boom. I started track last year. I know what I'm finna get back to. Matter of fact, I even went back to basketball again. Crazy thing about the whole thing, I went back to basketball again, man. And because like I said, bro, that was my sport. I love basketball. To this day, I love basketball. I still give y'all some buckets. Wait till this Achilles get right. We're gonna see who like that on the court, man. But I went right back to basketball, but I stopped that, you know what I'm saying? Finished track out in the winter. And man, when I say my times from 11th grade to 12th grade jump expeditiously, like ridiculously, bro. Like people thought I mean, it was literally coaches coming up to my coaches like trying to figure out if we cheating or not, but it won't even that. It was the fact that I had you know what I'm saying? I got to the point I had been weightlifting during the football season, balling in that, putting my time into that, and then just going with track, man, and just staying consistent with it after that, and just developing myself and just really listening to the coaches and really just taking everything that they're saying and applying it to my game instead of just listening and not, you feel me, not really hearing what they saying. And that joint definitely got me to where I got to, man. Going into that winter break, um, I think I came out of that winter break with maybe 8 or 9 offers. Yeah, I think 8 or 9 offers. I'm trying to think of who's my first one. I think my first one was like Lafayette or somebody. But then I had went up to visit JMU, unofficial visit, spoke with Mickey Matthews, um, talking to Mickey. And you know what I'm saying? He gave me some good words of advice, different things here, different things there. I left out of there, right? They was trying to boom, I put on the joint. So they was like, all right, we want to give you a full, but we don't know if we got full money. So right now we just gonna say 75. So boom, I'm like, okay, cool. Again, optimistic, all right? I'm naive to the whole thing. So I'm not even, like I said, I'm not even down. I'm not pressed about it, nothing. Cool. We get on the road, me and Coach Sherry heading back to the crib. I forgot who called my phone. Another team called my phone. Da 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 da. They want to offer me. So I threw it up. Coach said, hey man, just go ahead and throw that up on, you know what I'm saying, Twitter, see what happened. I threw the joint up. I think before we got back to the crib, all the way back home, it's probably about an hour drive from JMU to Charlottesville. Before we got back, JMU had called me, offered me the full. Soon as we pulled up to the high school, VMI was there. They wanted to offer me the full, and I ain't gonna lie, fellas. I ain't gonna lie, $1,000 family. And this is no knock to nobody go to VMI, because I know I got a couple dogs that go to VMI. Shout out Zach, shout out Zez, shout out dang, I can't think of Brody name. You know who you talk about, man. You know who I'm talking about. Hey, shout y'all boys out, man, for really, you know what I'm saying, tapping into, you know what I'm saying, your school and really taking those opportunities, because it's not about where you go to, man. It's about what you do there. And like I said, showing up. But I told VM out the rip, I ain't going to no military school. Like I said, everybody different, man. But personally, I know me. I wouldn't, yeah, it won't gonna happen. It won't gonna work out for me. It ended up coming down ultimately to Liberty and JMU, and I ended up choosing JMU over Liberty. Which was a hard, you know what I'm saying, a hard decision, because Liberty has some great coaches, bro. The campus is beautiful. They had some good, you know what I'm saying, some good coaches and good guys there that was going to really, they was ultimately shaping the program to what it is today, man. If y'all see Liberty football, they going crazy right now. If y'all been on that campus lately, the campus is beautiful, bro. Nice as I don't know what. That boy Vad Lee was out there not too long ago. He said, bro, they got so much bread on that campus. It's crazy. And I believe it, bro, because he told me. Coach Gill told me when I was there, he said, hey, the president of the school brought me in, you know what I'm saying? He brought us all in because he wanted to really make this a football school. Like, he really trying to turn it up. Like, Liberty is one of the biggest Christian schools in America, if I'm not mistaken. I think. Don't let me get the line, but I think so. But he was like, you know what I'm saying? We really want to turn this into a football school and really shape it to the way where we bringing in these, you know what I'm saying, big recruits and we competing at the highest level. And, you know what I'm saying, that's exactly 1,000 hours. Boom, they put that time and they put that work in. And look at where Liberty football is now, man. You see Malik Willis, he just got drafted last year, or 2 years ago now, to the Titans, man. And hey, that's a testament to, you know, those coaches and those presidents and everybody that went and shaped the football team to, you know, what it is now. So boom, we finished senior year, finished out track season well. I committed to JMU. I'm going to JMU, right? That summer, like I said, I don't know about training. I don't know about all this stuff. I'm at home, bro. I'm outside running like I always do, bro. Like, we was just always so active. Growing up, you know what I'm saying? Growing up in the country, I feel like that helped us just be out in the field, be outside all the time. And grandma won't plan that, no way. Grandma or nana, man, won't plan that. Parents won't play that. Go outside and play. So that's what we did. I had a lot of cousins. I got, siblings. We was outside. We was playing. We was making stuff up. If we ain't had nothing to do, we, being creative, using our imagination and playing outside like kids do. Um, so, that summer going into college, I had got a little job. But I wasn't necessarily like training, receiver specifics. At that time, especially, in Charlottesville, training wasn't big. Like, to my knowledge anyway. Like I said, CJ would have us out there doing stuff, but as far as like you going to find a personalized trainer before school, after school to get work in to make sure you perfecting your craft or whatever the case may be, that wasn't that big at that time. So I just did what I always knew. You know what I'm saying? I'm outside playing. I'm playing 1,000 sports. We doing this, we doing that. I'm at the crib with the parents doing Sean T 65. Like, we getting it in. Sean T 25, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We getting it in. Like, I'm still active. I'm still in shape. Super conditioned. Condition crazy. I could have ran all day. You feel me? But I'm getting it in. I'm still putting that time in, putting those, efforts and things in. And you feel what I'm saying? By the time I got to JMU, the end of that summer, reporting to training camp, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm going into it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like I said, I'm naive, but it's football at the end of the day. This is all I've played my whole life. Not all I've played, but I've played football my whole life. Like, I know the ins and outs of football. I know what to do. I know that I'm going to get this ball in my hand and I'm going to run as fast as I can away from these big dudes because they trying to kill me. At the end of the day, like, that's what it is, right? So I take that and I'm just running with it, right? Training camp come up, and I spoke on this in a previous episode, but training camp come up. I'm taking my opportunities when I get them. You know what I'm saying? You a new freshman on campus. You're not the big dog no more. So you really gotta, fall back into it, play your role until it's your time to go out and shine. But I'm taking my opportunities when they come. I'm not the first in line, but every time that ball in the air, I'm going to grab that. You know what I'm saying? Every time somebody line up against me, I'm going to make a miss. I'm going to make you look like a fool. And you feel me? I'm gonna just keep elevating myself up on the depth chart. And balling through camp, like I said, man, I had seniors in front of me. I had juniors, sophomores in front of me. And I ain't look at it like a competition, like I'm competing against them. I was competing against myself, bro. I was competing out every day, you know what I'm saying, just to stay consistent. All right, boom, I made plays yesterday. Let's go make some more today. I made 2 yesterday. Let's go make 3, 4 today. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's no roof, it's no ceiling, no limit on it. But I'm just trying to be better than what I was the day before. I'm trying to be better than I was the week, the month, the year before. And if I can do that, because I know where I started at, right? I know where I was before I started this. If I can continue to be better than that, I know I'm not going to go back to the bottom. I know I'm not going to go back to where I start. Why? Because even though I may not be where I want to be right in this moment, I'm still elevating. I'm still trying to get to the top. I'm still trying to perfect my craft. I'm still trying to be better. And it's night and day, bro. Like, I look back at, first off, I was 150. Exactly. 150 going into college. Boy, what? Let a strong wind would have came through that valley. I'm gone. You feel what I'm saying? I'm out of there. But I'm just looking back at it, like I said, but the route running, just my body development, like all that into one, man. It's just I constantly stayed consistent, right? I took the coaching, I took the criticism to a point where, you feel me? Yes, it's personal because he's talking to me about me, the things that I'm doing, but I'm not taking it to a point where I'm sabotaging myself. I'm not taking it to a point where, you dig what I'm saying? I'm hurting my game. I'm not allowing myself to go out there and be me at the end of the day. I'm not trying to be somebody else. I'm trying to be me. So if I could be better at me than I was yesterday, I'm cool. I'm going to win. I'm going to take it there. I'm going to, you feel me? I'm going to elevate. I'm going to get better, man. My first year, like I said in the previous episode, I dang on the first game, I'm hopping on the field early in the game. I'm not even prepared, right? Because, like I said, the seniors starting the game off. And I'm like, all right, I got juniors and sophomores in front of me, so I'm going to wait my turn. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting my time because I know when my time come, I'm going to do what I got to do. Boom, my time is a lot faster than I expect. But if I'm not prepared in that moment, if I'm not ready for that moment, like if I won't sit in there studying my plays the night before, paying attention, taking those mental reps when I won't in there, you know what I'm saying? Physically getting those reps, I wouldn't have been prepared for that game. Because for one, right, when somebody ahead of you is up there in line and they going through the drill and the coach and explain it to him, if you get up there and mess up that same drill, I mean, you expect the coach to re-explain it to you. He might do it the first time. All right, you knew. Okay, I understand. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been in the system. You ain't seen this. So look, this is what you got to do right here. But after that first, second time, it might not even be a second time. After that first time, for real, if you consistently go up there and show that you're not paying attention to the people in front of you, and it's not even to the person in front of you, it's to the coach explaining to them what to do, and you right behind them. So right, I should be listening to the coach. I should be why that person up there doing this, blah blah blah, shaking, because the coach they gonna coach off of that first person's route anyway, right? So I could tell him, boom, stem to the left, push vertical to 15, 1 2, get out flat. He could push to the left. He might not stem all the way vertical, right? He still could be leaning outside or inside, giving the DB a little cheat sheet to where he might about to go. So the coach finna, you feel me, correct that before the next person go. Now, if I'm not listening to the coach correct that, or even if I am listening to the coach correct that, I still might not know what he's talking about. If I wasn't paying attention to the man in front of me, if I wasn't listening to what the coach gave him, you feel me, at first, to even run the route initially, I'm behind the ball. Then that's still me not paying attention. That's still me not being consistently, you know what I'm saying, engaged and taking those mental reps because listen, you only got, let me break this down real quick, right? A normal practice schedule, you only got 2 hours on the field majority of the time. Now, sometimes you can stretch it a little more, sometimes it's a little less, but an average time on the field is 2 hours, right? And that involves stretching. 9 times out of 10, especially in college, like you go over a lot of stuff in the classroom before you even get out on the field. So but you still got individual work. You got warm up, you got to stretch, you get with your coach, do your all little drills. And then, you know what I'm saying, you got other little stuff sprinkled in there. But it's time now to get into this team aspect. Now, when you're running this team aspect, going ones against ones or twos versus ones or whatever the case may be, you're not going to run every single play with every receiver in that group, right? Like, it's 3 quarterbacks on the roster. Every quarterback not finna get those reps. But when we get in the game, now if that first guy go down, if that second guy go down, you up, right? Now just because you ain't get those reps in practice physically, don't mean the coach don't think that you good to go, right? Because you done been in the classroom with us, you done been on the field with us, right? You might not have ran that route with us in the joint, but if you're not taking that time to run those routes before practice, after practice, asking your questions, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to the guys that has been there, that has been successful. If you're not paying attention doing that, you're doing yourself a disservice. You're not helping yourself out at the end of the day. You're really just putting yourself, you know what I'm saying, behind the ball even more. You putting a target on yourself for the coach, like, okay, he won't listen today. Let's see if he do that again, right? Now, next day, next 2 days, 3 days, you consistently show, boom, I learn. I'm going to listen now. You're going to erase that off. You're going to erase that one off, right? But now, boom, flip the circumstances. He's circling your name. He ain't listen today. Next day, still ain't listening. I'm gonna circle that twice. Third day, all right, I'm crossing him out. Because I didn't give you 2 chances, right? Like I said, it might even get to 2. I didn't give you 2 chances to show and to prove that you want to be here, 1, and 2, that you can take it upon yourself to make sure that you're prepared, right? You get to that 3rd strike, it ain't gonna be no more personal criticism. It ain't gonna be no more yelling. I'm on your tail. You like, okay, coach ain't fooling me today. Nah, coach off you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, coach through with you. And I'm not saying you can't regain that trust, but once you lose somebody trust to that extent, man, especially somebody that controls your future in a sense, you know what I'm saying? It's harder to gain that back rather than just to keep that and consistently grow. It's harder. It's easier to lose something. It's so easy to lose something. I could lift for a month straight. If I take 3 days off, 4 days off of lifting, I'm finna lose dang near all of that muscle mass I just put on, right? So it's easy to lose something, but it's harder to gain it all back. It's harder to build it all up. You've been going through your whole life trying to build, and it could take 2 seconds going to do something dumb. Now you in jail, now you wherever, and you done lost all that, right? So man, just like I said, take it upon yourself, man. Be responsible in your own actions and just, you know what I'm saying, put yourself in positions to win. Put yourself in positions to grow and not go backwards, right? So that's, you know what I'm saying, that's freshman year. Freshman year I had some and personally looking back, I wish I would have redshirted that year. But I didn't get the opportunity, but it's okay because it set me up for my later years going to win the ring with Philly, right? If I had redshirted, I wouldn't have been able to win that ring with Philly, right? Because I'd have had another year in college. So everything works out for a reason, obviously. But it's the saying that be present, man. Be present in the moment. I know I'm going on a tangent. I know I'm just going on whims and just jumping off these branches, but be present in the moment, man. Right. So, like I said, freshman year, I had some good accolades, man. It was my birthday. I mossed to do. I played outside receiver at 150, 5'8", 150. Exactly. I mossed a guy outside receiver on my birthday. I scored. This is another game I scored. We played Charlotte at home. When I say we had a monsoon, bruh, before the game started, a monsoon. Boy, it rained so hard during pregame. And if y'all was on the field that JMU year, bro, 2013, you know what I'm talking about. Boy, it rained so hard on the field, we had no stands. We had no fans in the stands, bro. They was gone. It was a couple of, you know what I'm saying, a real survivors, some real fans out there with the ponchos on at first, but then the rain got too crazy. That goes to tell you everything. You know those dedicated fans, but they don't care what it's looking like outside. If it ain't lightning, if the game's still going on, they there. No. The rain got to taking them up out of there too. They was gone too. But I ended up scoring that game, man. They gave me a reverse. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I seen it, I got around the corner. I'm running. I'm probably like the 15, 10. I see a dude trying to come from the side to get me. It's about the 5. At this point, I done threw my arms in the air with the ball in my hand. I'm running through the end zone. Let's go! It's my first college touchdown, bro. I'm lit beyond measures. Like, y'all don't even understand. I'm going crazy right now. Like, you talking about on top of the world? Like, you thinking you got the same adrenaline, the same rush as being on that Super Bowl, like at the same time, because like you present in the moment, and at that moment you have just accomplished so much that you've been working for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in college. I've been playing college football with my pops on the game for I don't know how long. So, you know what I'm saying? You just building all that up. Since I was 5, I wanted to go play in the league. And it's just another step, you know what I'm saying, to getting there. Like, now I'm showing up on these bigger stages. You know what I'm saying? College is bigger than high school. I'm showing up on bigger stages. And I know it's still my first year, but it's a step in the right direction. You dig what I'm saying? So, scored that game. And I had some more plays, you know what I'm saying, throughout the season, man, which was some was good. I ain't gonna lie, some was terrible, my boy. Like we had this I could throw in high school too. Obviously, I played quarterback. So we had this play where I motioned over, quarterback, you know what I'm saying, handed the ball up to me. I stepped back, let it go to the receiver, deep. The play got called the wrong way. Now, when we have it the wrong way, the other receiver come in because he left-handed. He gonna throw it to maybe me, honestly. I don't remember who was the receiver if that was the case, but he was gonna throw it to whoever was on the left side. But the way it got called, the way the personnel was, that receiver was still on the sideline. So I just I went to his spot. I'm just like, hey, let's go. Let's go ahead and do this thing, bro. So mind you, I'm right-handed. I'm motioning to my left. Quarterback give it to me. Now y'all know, right? You watch football. Quarterback that's right-handed, unless you Pat Mahomes, because he different. Quarterback that's right-handed, you got to flip your hips, turn your shoulders to get downfield to be able to deliver that ball. Boy, I catch that jump. I'm running left. I just tried to flip real quick. I had somebody coming. He was rushing me too. He was really finna crush me if I ain't get the ball on my hand. So I flip my hips, let that thing fly. Boy, when I'd say if it was an airplane going across the stadium, it probably would have touched the bottom of it. I threw that ball so high in the air. Hey, shout out DeAndre, bro. DeAndre, my fault, family. Because you probably don't even remember it. Bro, I threw that ball so high in the air. They both, him and the DB had to kind of slow down, you feel me? Come back to the ball. Go jump up for it. Now, DeAndre made a good play, right? He went to go catch the ball at his highest point. You know, as a receiver, coach always tell you go catch the ball at the highest point. Boy, when I say the DB grabbed this man face mask, pulled him to the turf, the man had turf pellets in his eyes, his mouth, everywhere. I mean, tore him up completely. And I'm in the back after throwing the ball, like, dang, I ain't gonna lie, I appreciate you because they want to pick my boy, but God, my boy just took a beating, a legal beating on the field, bro. So, hey, shout out to DeAndre, bro. I appreciate you, bro. Hey, I appreciate you for not letting me throw a pick. And my fault, bro, for getting you tore up like that, bro. But going forward, man. So we, you know what I'm saying, we finished out a finished out a good freshman year, right? Going into the off season, we got a new coaching staff, but still me, after playing behind the seniors all year, you know what I'm saying, improving my value, showing what I could do, especially as an undeveloped receiver, right? I'm primed to go start the next year, right? That's what my mindset is. I'm finna go start. Like, you feel me? This is my position. I'm finna go work and go earn it, obviously, but this mine. I'm claiming the stakes. Man, we got new coaching staff, bruh. Mm, mm. Like I said in the Hawk episode, that boy put me down a fourth string off size alone. Dang, coach, God bless me with this height, man. How you gonna do that to me? Shit, that's crazy. You don't see the speed of it? It ain't matter, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm out spring ball. Hell. We had this joint called Hell Week. Literally, hell. It was bad, bro. Like, but what I will say is, right, going back to Coach Sherry, my 11th grade year, dropping me down, you know what I'm saying, behind the sun at QB and starting at receiver, even though I really wanted to play QB. Going into that my sophomore year, right? My second year, prime to play, prime to start. He knocked me down the fourth string off my size alone, right? Those are things you can't control. Those are things that, you know what I'm saying, if you try to control them, it's you dig what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna stress you out. It's just gonna frustrate you because you really have no control over it. So you trying to put all this effort and tension and push and drive into something that you really ain't got no control over. So at the end of the day, all you doing is frustrating yourself, getting yourself worked up and in a bind because you can't change the outlook on it regardless. But so he knocked me down the fourth string off size alone, right? And I'm still out there cooking, right? I'm still eating, bro. Like, spring ball, training camp, I'm doing numbers, I'm going to work. And it's still not budging, right? But obviously, like I said, that adversity from 11th grade year, now is my time to really apply that, right? And really take that for what it is. I'm not crying. You feel me? I could have did a thousand different things, right? Man, that first year when they came in, that Hell Week, literally, we had 21, 22 people quit. And you know what I'm saying? We had to get up each and every day, look at each other like, man, we're gonna do this today. All right, you gonna do this? All right, I'm with you then. Let's go ahead and do this. You know what I'm saying? Mindset thing. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna go ahead and do it. We're gonna do it, you know what I'm saying, to the fullest extent, 100%. So that's all I knew. That's all I was gonna do. And I was gonna be patient, wait for my time, wait for my opportunity. They ain't gonna, you feel me? Played a little bit Maryland game. That was our first game. We got whooped, boy. Played a little bit, but still, you know what I'm saying? I'm out there. I'm ready to go. As soon as my time get on the field, hey, I'm out there trying to make plays. I'm out there trying to give it my all. Going into the next game, my boy Raph had got hurt, right? And I think I spoke on this early on. My boy Raph had got hurt, so now it's my turn to go in there and ball and do what I gotta do. And you feel me? Make my plays, show it when my opportunity and my number is called. I'm starting this game. This is what I wanted from the first game, right? So now am I finna go out there and show the coaches that they were right? Am I finna go out there and prove to them that the decision they made initially was the right decision because I can't handle it? I am, you know what I'm saying, a short 5'8" receiver. At this point, they had bulked. I was 175 at this point. I had gained some weight, you know what I'm saying, developed in a weight room. Am I gonna go out there, right, and let this opportunity slip between the cracks and, you know what I'm saying, really shape? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you know what I'm saying, the rest holds after this day. All I know is we're going to play Lehigh. Right now, it's 1,000 degrees outside. The locker room ain't had no AC in it. Halftime, boy, it's thundering, lightning. We can't go in the locker room, though, because it's hot as I don't know what. So we sitting up under a tree that conducts light. Yes. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that conducts electricity. We sitting up under a tree trying to get right for halftime to go out the second half and win this game. But like I said, it's a lot of distractions, a lot of things on the table that's trying to take you out of your game, get you out of your element. I went into that game, man, first game starting. I left the game 2 touchdowns, 125 yards on 5 receptions, right? And the only way I could have did that and get to that point was take those mental reps the week before when I won't get the opportunities and the chances that I wanted to, and to really make sure I was prepared outside of practice, before practice, to really, what I'm saying, go out and put on a show that I wanted to put on and showcase to the world and to the coaches my talents, you know what I'm saying, and showcase to the team that, hey, I'm a valuable asset on the team. Like, I deserve to be on this field just like y'all deserve to be on the field if we want to go and win this game, right? And that's exactly what I did. I took it into my own hands, right? Obviously, football is a team sport and a team game, so you need your players around you to be able to be successful and make the plays that you want to make. But you still got to show up, right? A coach can draw up a play for you, give you, you know what I'm saying, the design that you want. But if you don't catch that ball, if you don't show up on that run play, hit that hole that opens up for you and close in 2 seconds, then, you know what I'm saying, that window of success, that window of opportunity, it's already this big, right? It's already this big. It just goes here. Now it goes here, right? Now it goes here. Like, it just continues to get smaller and smaller and smaller the higher the stakes are. And that's what makes it so great though. That's what makes, like, getting to the highest level, you feel me, being successful, especially when you play this journey game, and when you really put the time in, and you know what I'm saying, put the 1,000 hours in, for real. Like, when you really behind the closed doors doing what you say you're gonna do and proving it to yourself at the end of the day, like, you're gonna be prepared for the moments, and you're gonna take advantage of the moments when they arise and when they show themselves, because for one, you never know when the moment's gonna come. And you feel me? If you lose sight of those moments, lose sight of, you know what I'm saying, the preparation and the time you gotta put in, and being prepared for those moments, and just being calm, cool, collective, they're gonna slip through the cracks. They're gonna slip through the cracks, and then you're gonna be right back at the drawing board. But it's not like you at square one, right? You still then climb this far, but yet you just missed out on that opportunity. And that's not saying that's the only opportunity that you're gonna get, because that's not really how it works. Now, it may be the only opportunity you get in that specific space or that time, or you know what I'm saying, however you want to map it out in your head. But so it could be that only opportunity that you get in that moment, but it's not the only opportunity that you're gonna get if you continue to go back and work and just keep that same mindset. You feel what I'm saying? Because 2 games later, after I went and balled out that game, I had a high ankle sprain. I mean, and if you know how a high ankle sprain operates, they not good. You know what I'm saying? They could really be worse than fractures and breaks, because just the way they heal and the way that you can keep messing. Like, literally after that game, I missed 1 game. I think I missed 1 game for the high ankle sprain. And then after that, you know what I'm saying, I was getting an ibuprofen shot. I'm trying to tape it as much as I can. I'm trying to do all this other stuff. And I'm tweaking it every single game. But I'm still out there on the field, you feel me, trying to give it my all and do what I got to do. So just saying that that high ankle sprain, you know what I'm saying, really, really will set you back. But um, like I said, 2 games later, I get the high ankle sprain, and now I can't go out and fully be myself on these games, but I'm still trying to give it my all. I'm still working. I'm still putting that time in, putting that effort in. And the coaches see that, you know what I'm saying? They see that. Like, they see that, you know what I'm saying, it's mind over matter. I'm clearly hurting. Like, I'm not injured to the point where I can't do nothing, but I'm hurt. So, like, you feel me? I'm tweaking my joint every game, but I'm still out there trying to fight and dig and give everything I got for my team, because, like I said, it's a team sport. Ultimately, you need your brothers to step with you if y'all finna step in arms and go to war together. So that's something, you feel me? That's another thing I'm battling all through that year. I'm battling. And finally, end of the season come. I'm able to rest it up a little bit, and I'm ready to. I'm able to, you feel what I'm saying, get myself back together. I'm getting prime, going into spring ball, summer workouts, different stuff like that, to get ready for next season. And I'm getting stronger. I'm getting smarter. I'm getting faster, right? I'm really trying to get into the classroom with these coaches, man. We had the craziest coaches when it came to this football knowledge, bro. I'm talking about on the offensive side of the ball. Boy, you would think they was like literally Andy Reid gurus, bro. Like, the way they was drawing this stuff up together, like, it was crazy to see. But you feel me? I'm finding a little time with them to separate myself from the next, you know what I'm saying, from the next one. Like, everybody's trying to, especially if you on this path, right? If you're trying to get to the NFL, out of college, out of high school, you putting that time in, you know what I'm saying, and And if you're not, then you should be, or else you're not gonna get to where you want to get to. But you putting that time in, right? So I'm trying to separate myself from the guys that's also putting that time in by making sure I'm putting that time in, making sure I'm really, and not just putting that time in, because you could put bad time in too. Like you could really waste time and spend time, or you can invest it. And I'm trying to invest my time, you know what I'm saying, the right ways, not really spending too much time doing all this that's not really, you know what I'm saying, working with me, but just finding the right amount of time just to get in what I need to get in here. Boom, now I'm on to the next thing. I'm getting in what I need to get in here. Boom, now I'm here. So I'm getting in what I need to get in, putting the time into the spaces that I need to put the time into, but I'm also being efficient with it at the same time and not getting complacent, losing out on this opportunity because I'm so stuck on this opportunity, but I done already used up all of my time, maybe in a specific day or week or month in this opportunity, but I'm not really exhausting or giving enough attention to this opportunity over here. But in a sense, you know what I'm saying, in the overall picture, you need all of it to really be working at the same time and at the same pace, had the gears churning at the same speed, so it all could work together in unity, man, in unison, and just go out and create a beautiful picture, right? Like Philly. You know what I'm saying? Prime example, Philly. We have leading up to the Super Bowl, we practiced that plays weeks on. I mean, week in and week out. Week in and week out. We didn't need it. We didn't need it the first round of the playoffs. We didn't need it the second round of the playoffs. We didn't need it in the third round of the playoffs. But you feel me? We kept practicing. We kept practicing it. We kept practicing it to the point where we knew it like the back of our hands. Like even a scout team, we knew it like the back of our hands, right? So when that moment came in the Super Bowl, where you feel me, I think it was a timeout. Doug's on the sideline. He's like, what you thinking? What you got? Nick like, hey, Philly, right? And we haven't ran Philly yet. We have not ran Philly yet. It's been successful sometimes in practice. It hasn't been successful sometimes in practice. But we've practiced it so much and we put so much time and efforts into it that, you feel me, the trust was there. The confidence was there. So as soon as Nick Foles said, hey, you want to do Philly? Doug said, shit, let's go ahead and do Philly, mother loving Philly. You feel what I'm saying? And y'all know the rest. The rest is history. You feel me? They got a whole statue outside of the Philly stadium. Doug and Nick, bruh. Philly, bruh. And like I said, going back to those windows of opportunity and those windows of success, it's a small window. So when that opportunity presents itself, you got to either take it or leave it, right? It's either going to take off without you, or you dig what I'm saying? It's going to take off with you. So you got to figure it out, man. You got to dig deep. You got to understand what you really want in this life, man. You got to understand what you really want to go after and what you really want to do it for. Who you really want to do it for, right? Because like I said, if you're not doing it for yourself, then who you doing it for? If you're doing it for everybody else to give you praise and to give you applaud and to, you know what I'm saying, whatever, give you your flowers, like that's the wrong thing. If you're doing it for yourself, if you're passionate about it, if you're doing it for your people, like that you got love for, like, okay, boom, I'm grinding this. I love this, but I'm going to put even more time into it. Why? Because I'm trying to feed my family. I'm going to put even more time into this. I'm going to go even check this part out to help myself with this. Why? Because I got my family to feed. Like, I got stuff that, you feel me, 100%. We're going back to 100% responsibility at the end of the day with all these things, man. You're going through this journey, but you got to understand that it's going to come with wins. It's going to come with losses. It's going to come with lessons, I should say, because like I said, you can't lose unless you quit. It's going to come with wins. It's going to come with lessons. But if you taking 100% responsibility in every single situation and action that you put yourself in and the consequences that come along with those, you're going to be smooth, bro. You're going to be smooth, bro. Now, unless you're out here being a bonehead, please don't be a bonehead. But if you're being a bonehead, oh, no. I mean, you still might be smooth, though, man. Because, look, shout out to Wallow, man, right? Shout out to Wallow. You don't see stories like that all the time. Like, you may hear about them, but my man's in the forefront of the public right now. Podcast, him and Gilly, they giving out game, bro. They giving out game, and it's free for anyone to take. It's literally on YouTube. YouTube is free for anyone to take, but you really just gotta take the time, sit down. You really tap into the gems that they, you feel me, dropping off and catching, and apply it to yourself. And that's the same thing I'm saying, man. Get over to that YouTube, man. Tap into them full episodes that we drop, man. I'm bringing some cool people on here that got some gems to drop for y'all to really help motivate and inspire y'all and just try to elevate whatever you're trying to do. Or even just to get a different perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? Just to gain that edge on it, whatever. I'm trying to get it to y'all, man. So tap over to that YouTube And you feel me? Just tap in, man. The little clips on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, they only give you bits and pieces of the journey. So tap over to YouTube, man. Get that whole thing. Like I said, bro, it's about the journey. It's about taking 100% responsibility in all your things you do. Find the people, man, that's gonna elevate you and take you to the next level, take you where you want to get to, and just motivate you and inspire you in this life. We only get one, man. We only get one. It's enough money out here. It's enough opportunities. There's enough resources out here for everyone, bro. Go out, find your niche, find, you know what I'm saying, find your people, find what you want to do, find your passions, man, and really explore them, dive deep into them, and give yourself the opportunity to be who you want to be, right? Stop being a disservice to yourself, man, and putting all these blame on other people, man. Look in the mirror. You feel what I'm saying? Go do what you want to do. It's gonna take some time, but you got to go through it to grow through it. Shout out my dog Z. We came up with that, man. Hey, 1,000 hours, man. I appreciate y'all tapping in with me. Episode 5, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I wanted to tap in a little bit of the journey, give y'all a recap, man. When I throw up these Q&As, man, y'all gotta tap in, bro. Y'all gotta tap in, because we gotta do this thing together. We're gonna take it there, man. I'm really trying to take it there. You feel what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and do it, man. Episode 6 next week. I appreciate y'all tapping in again. Y'all gotta let me know who y'all want to bring on, man. I got some cool people in my mind, obviously. And that's male and female. But y'all gotta let me know something, man. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all want, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Until next time. And I'm mad I ain't got my chicken wings, bro. But we're gonna get the chicken wings in the next episode. If you're a restaurant, you know what I'm saying, let me know, man. Let me know. Contact 1,000 hours. That's A000hours@gmail.com. You know what I'm saying? To get your wings showcased and promoted on the pod. We implementing the wings. I'm a chicken connoisseur, man. I want to taste y'all wings. Who got the best wings out there, man? Y'all gotta let me know something, bro. I'm trying to see what's up for real, for real. Because in my next life, when I'm a chicken, when it's my time, you know what I'm saying, to take that field trip, hey, I'm trying to go to the best restaurant. Y'all finna season me up the right way. You dig what Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Till next week, we live. Hey, keep going. Keep stepping in the right way. Find your people. Be progressive. Be positive, man. And take life as a storm, man. YOLO. You only live once. We out.